Yo guys, it's Raptor, and today we're going to be going over a pulse rifle that came out in Season of Arrivals, Stars and Shadow. This weapon is in a high impact frame archetype, able to fire at 340 rounds per minute. This puts it in the same family as pulses like Redrick's, Cold Denial, and the newly reissued Messenger, which you can get from trials this season. The amount of possible perks this weapon can roll with is insane, so let's try and go through them and single out the good ones. Luckily it's a fairly common drop, so it shouldn't take you too long to get a good one. I'm going to talk PvP rolls first, but I'll get to PvE after. In the first column, we've got a long list of barrel perks to choose from. My pick would be Hammerfall's Rifling for that plus 10 booster range. If you are however on console, or you're struggling with recoil on this thing, Extended Barrel gives you a plus 10 booster range and recoil at a cost of minus 10 handling. If you want to go full recoil control, there's always Arrowhead Break for that plus 30 to recoil and plus 10 to handling. Small Ball is always a good option too, with that plus 7 to range and stability. Moving on to the next column, my pick would be Akira's Rounds for that plus 10 to range. However, it is worth noting that Steady Rounds would also be a good choice if you opted for a barrel with no recoil or stability control. That third column is where things start to get crazy, with a whole host of perks to choose from. The same is true for the fourth column, so I'm going to give you some perk combinations to go with rather than breaking them down individually. One tried and true combo is Outlaw Kill Clip. Kill Clip gives you a nice buff to damage when you reload after a kill, greatly increasing reliability of that 2 burst this weapon can provide. Remember, this archetype of pulse rifle can kill in just 0.67 seconds if you hit your shots, so anything that makes that TTK more consistent is welcome. Outlaw greatly decreases your reload time after precision kill, giving you the most uptime of Kill Clip for any perk in that column. Moving on, another combo I liked a lot was Firmly Planted and Headseeker. Now I've talked about Headseeker before on high impact pulses. It is actually very useful in increasing that 2 burst consistency. The perk allows for increased precision damage after body shots, meaning you're able to hit a few to the body and still get that 2 burst kill. Firmly Planted only makes this easier. Weapon feels a lot more consistent once you activate its perk, which is, while crouched, your weapon gets increased accuracy, stability and handling. This really does condense that burst into a laser. A few perks to note are Quick Draw in the third column, which allows you to switch between weapons very quickly. While the application of this perk on Stars and Shadow might not seem that useful, Quick Draw is never a bad option in my opinion. In the fourth column, Moving Target sits in the same boat. It's one of those perks you can't really go wrong with. A few outlier perks which could work, but I don't think are necessary in this weapon are Killing Wind and Eye of the Storm. Killing Wind buffs weapon range, mobility and handling after a kill. However, seeing this weapon already has so much range, that range buff is almost pointless. Eye of the Storm buffs accuracy and handling as your health gets lower. The reason I wouldn't go for this though is because it's very situational. Both of these perks can still work for you, but they're out for me. Overall in PvP, any of those roles will serve you well. The range is the thing on this weapon that allows it to dominate where previously only scouts could compete. Speaking of range, a big reason it does so well is because of its zoom. Take a look at the stats. You can see it has an 18 zoom, which on paper might seem insignificant, but trust me, it bumps out that range significantly. If you compare it to Cold Denial, which has a zoom of 14, you will immediately notice the difference. Now if we look at the PvE rolls, you'll find this weapon is well equipped with perks. For the barrel, my pick is either Polygonal Rifling for that plus 10 stability, or Arrowhead Break, which greatly increases that recoil control. In the next column, I'll pick either Tactical Mag for a magazine, stability and reload speed buff, or Appended Mag for a big magazine buff. You could go with Extended Mag, which gives you an even bigger buff for your magazine size, however it does come at a hefty minus 20 to your reload speed, so that is your call. In the final 2 columns, we have a few perks that make this weapon shine. Field Prep caught my eye. Gives a large increase in ammo reserves, meaning you won't run out of ammo mid-fight. It also gives you faster reload, ready and stall speed while crouching. Another perk in this column which would be very nice would be Feeding Frenzy, which can stack up to 5 times and boost reload speed after rapid kills. You compare this perk with something like Dragonfly in the next column over, and you have an Ad-Clear Machine. Speaking of that final column, we also have Fresh, which gives a small amount of super energy after each kill. It's not too much, but every little helps. The Demolitionist would also be a good choice here. which gives you grenade energy after kills. Kills you the grenade also reload his weapon. Both of those parts are really nice. Finally, we have Vorpal Weapon, which gives you that flat 15% damage to bosses, vehicles and guardians when a super is popped. I'm hesitant to suggest this perk because I believe this weapon is better suited to Agclay, however it's still a good perk regardless. So what's my judgment on this weapon? In PvP, the thing's a beast. You've probably been rocked by it a couple times by now. I know that I have. The ranges you can hold with this weapon let you outgun pretty much everyone you're going to come across, and with the right roll, it's a laser. Its key downside is that it feels very slow to use. Now quick draw can address this, but I feel like that defeats the point of this gun. You gotta sit back and play the range game with this one, which might be a little hard to adjust to, but once you get used to that, the ball handling becomes less relevant. In PvE, I feel like this is slept on. It's got a lot of good perks, so it should make it a good candidate for your loadout, but I don't see too many people running it. I would highly recommend trying it out. This has been my review for Stars and Shadow. I do hope that you guys enjoyed it and it was somewhat useful. I'll be interested to see what you have to say about it in the comments, so be sure to let me know. Quick side note at the end, I know I've been slacking on this channel. Now, part of that has been motivation, other part has just been finding the time to commit to videos. I'm going to do my best to keep at it, so just bear with me. Drop a like and sub if you want. I've been Raptor and I'll catch you man in the next video. Safe.